confusion. I release pain of illusion. Yes, there's only one solution. Yeah, yeah. What I found is oh so simple. Deeper love in a temple, and I found it in the stillness of my soul. 'Cause all there is God. Oh, yeah. All there is God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All there is God. Let me hear your voice. All there is God. Now I'm resting in the knowing that my good is overflowing, and my faith is ever growing. Yeah, yeah. Oh, take me back to the beginning. I feel the Spirit moving in me. Make me stronger, make me willing. Yeah. All there is God. Oh, yes. All there is God. Oh, everywhere you turn. All there is God.
All there is love.
All there is love.
All there is peace.
All there is peace. Past all understanding.
All there is truth.
All there is truth.
All there is God.
All there is God.
All there is God.
All there
All there is God. God is all there is.
all there is. Now I'm resting in the knowing that my good is overflowing, and my faith is ever growing. Yeah, yeah. Take me back to the beginning. Feel my spirit moving in me. Make me stronger, make me willing. Yeah. All there is God. All there is God, yeah. All there is God. Oh, God, everywhere you turn. All there is God.
Love.
All there is love. Love.
Peace.
All there is peace. Past all understanding.
Truth.
All there is truth.
God.
All there is God.
All there is God.
7th house, and Jupiter aligns with Mars.
Then peace will guide the planets,
And love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. 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 Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. No more falsehoods or derisions, golden living dreams of visions,
mystic crystal revelation,
and the mind's true liberation. Aquarius, Aquarius.
when the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars,
Then peace will guide the planets, and love will steer the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Age of Aquarius. 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 Hey there, people all around the world, men and women, boys and girls. The time has come to occupy. It's much too late to judge and cry. Think about a love revolution, and it's here again. And it's time to let the sun shine in. Come together and sing out strong. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. Let the sun shine. Let the sun shine in. The sun shine in. All around the world. Let the sun shine. Come together. Let the sun shine. Sunshine. The sun shine in. Everybody sing. Let the sun shine. Open up your hearts. Let the sun shine. Sunshine. The sun shine. Come together and sing out strong for a peaceful planet where we all belong. Replace all fears with love and grace. We are different shades of one human race. It's the place to chase. The revolution is here again. It's near again. The resolution will now begin for all to let the sun shine in.
I was always rushing everywhere, going from town to town, playing my music, living my dream, when suddenly the world shut down. The virus hit us just like that. I didn't know what I'd do, but I quickly found out love and kindness was gonna get me through. Love and kindness, hearts that give, This is what guides us, the best way we can live. Things won't be this way forever. Let's stay strong and hold it together with love and kindness each and every day. So many of us have been hurting. So many of us are unsure. Will we ever go back to normal? Will they ever find a cure? I thank God each day that I wake up that my loved ones are still here. I have faith and I have hope. I won't be ruled by fear. I choose love and kindness, hearts that give. This is what guides us, the best way we can live. Things won't be this way forever. Let's stay strong and hold it together with love and kindness each and every day. This all happened for a reason. There's no doubt in my mind. This is the changing season. We must leave our ways behind. I believe in love and kindness, hearts that give. This is what guides us, the best way we can live. Things won't be this way forever. Let's stay strong and hold it together with love and kindness each and every day. Love and kindness each and every day.
Welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe there are many paths to one divinity. We have 10 speakers from 10 different faith perspectives and musicians from all over the country. And at the beginning of every series, we give them a topic. And they take their week, their turn, and they put together a message and send in a couple of music videos on that topic. We send it all to Philip. He takes our pieces and parts and puts them all together and creates what you're watching now. So if you would like to help us with this endeavor, we pay our musicians, we pay our speakers, we pay Philip and his team. We don't pay us. It's okay. And so if you would like to help us keep this going, go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and press that donate button. And we appreciate every bit. And we are so grateful for all the people that already do that. We really are. Thank you so much.
All right, so we started a new series last week, Sanctuary. And Naran Sykes, our Muslim representative, started the show off with a bang. It was
Really
a
good.
very, very
Yeah.
good talk. And our friend from Florida, who is now from upstate New York,
Someplace very far north.
very
I know.
far away where it's cold all the time. Janine Chimera helped us with the music last week, and it was amazing as well.
Yeah.
So go back and check that service out if you didn't get a chance to. It really gave us a great place to start. It was a good service. So this week we have a small but wonderful announcement. Our shaman representative, Shaman Shannon Davis, will no longer be doing the talks for us. One of her apprentices, Geri Nettesheim, who is also a pod person from many years ago, will be taking her spot and delivering all of the talks from the shamanic perspective. So,
I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon's not mad at us or anything. In fact, she was quite sad that she has to, that she is going to pass this this duty along. She does love doing it, but business is so good at the Chicana Center that she is otherwise busy, and we'll miss her. But we are really grateful that she sent Geri to take her place. So I didn't want people to think something happened. Nothing happened.
right, everything is okay and all is well in the world, right? So with Geri, Daniel Kepel will be joining us with an amazing fiddle and or violin, depending on which perspective you come from, right? Next week we have our Baha'i representatives, Dean Martineau and Judy Barant, and with them will be the incomparable Keith Leon. So join us for that. So past services, if you'll go to the pod page or the pod group under videos or live, will be the videos from the past in chronological order backwards, right? And it should catch about 3 years at this point of multi-faith services. So dive into those and check those out. Eventually we'll have a really cool YouTube page where you can search by faith or search by topic. It'll be very cool. So 2 services every Sunday, one at 10:45, the other one at 5:45. We also have a deep dive that goes from 11:45 to 12:15, precisely 12:15. So as not to dive into your day, but give you that after church kind of hanging out feeling. We sit around and talk and share about the talk, and when the speaker can be with us, they join us and answer questions and literally just dive deep. The cool part is we get to visit and see each other. It's a Zoom event, so please join us for that. The password's right below there. If you need to get Facebook notifications, or if you want to be notified when a service is happening, whether it's the morning service or the evening, it's best to jump on and join either the pod page or the pod group. And from those Facebook places, you will get notifications. It's a one button push from there, and you're watching the show, and you don't have to come and try and find us somewhere.
It's very easy.
Yes, I think that's all I know.
Okay. Each week we bless a country. So if you know anything about the country that we're going to bless next week, send that stuff to the email address below, and we will use it in our country blessing. Next week is Dominica. This week is Djibouti.
With a D.
With a D, right. I had to look up I had to Google how to pronounce it right. So Djibouti. It's located on the northeast coast of the Horn of Africa. It's about the size of New Jersey, and there are 1 million people. 94% Muslim, and the other 6% are Christian. The population is made up of 2 tribes. The Isa Somali tribe is about 60% of the population, and most members of that tribe live in the cities. And then the Afar tribe is 35% of the population, and it is organized into kingdoms that are led by sultans. They're two very different, typically totally different cultures. The official languages are Arabic and French, but the indigenous languages of Somali and Afar are much more widely spoken. Only about 17,000 of the country's 1 million people, and it's mostly the elite population, actually speak French. Djibouti gained its independence from France in 1977. The population is very young, with more than half of the people being less than 25 years old. But this trend is slowly changing, and there are also more women in this country than men. Djibouti is the home to the only permanent U.S. military base in Africa. It was established in 2002 and is operated by the Navy, who leases it from Djibouti. The stability of Djibouti, its proximity to the Persian Gulf, and its position near the world's busiest shipping lanes make this a very important military location. And the base also provides much needed employment opportunities for the locals. 90% of the land is desert. There are no freshwater rivers, and the country has several large saltwater lakes that are saltier than the Dead Sea. Only 1% of the land has trees. Lac Abe is a plateau dotted with hundreds of limestone chimneys, some as tall as 160 feet, and they spew puffs of steam. I hope there's a really cool picture of that right now. And here's the last fact. The Gulf of Tadjoura is one of the richest areas in the world for beautiful coral, and has over 80 species of colorful reef fish. Whale sharks, which are the largest species of fish in the world, regularly visit the coast. This makes Djibouti a very popular tourist destination. So I bet there's some cool pictures of that too. So let's hold the people of Djibouti in our hearts, knowing they want the same things in their lives as we want in ours. It's such a diverse country, sort of. I mean, there's beautiful, beautiful coastlines and waters, but then 90% of the land is desert, and a lot of that's uninhabitable. So it's just a very interesting place. So let's hold the people in our hearts, and pray for peace, pray for continued abundance, and send them our love, and say these words together. May peace prevail in Djibouti. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Okay. Our musical person today is Daniel Kepel. We met him through Bob Simon and Shannon Plummer. In fact, we met him up north when we went to their wedding up in Annapolis. So he was awesome then, and his videos have just been really, really good. He comes from his heart. He's very talented fiddle, violin player, and he also has a beautiful voice. So he always sends things that are really nice. I'm sure you're going to enjoy that. And then I'm really excited to have Geri join us, Geri Nettesheim. She was at the pod for a while before we went virtual, and I missed seeing her in person. She sang in the choir with us, and she also spoke there several times. But she started doing her shaman training with Shannon, it's probably been at least a couple of years ago, if not longer. And she has really progressed and done very well at that. And when Shannon told me that she really just couldn't do this anymore, and I asked her who she suggested, and she said Geri, and I said, absolutely, that's great with me. And I got hold of Geri, and she said she would love to. So we are so grateful. And without further ado, we'll see you on the other side.
I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Oh, I've got peace peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. Oh, I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. Oh, I've got love like an ocean. I've got love, love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. And the presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever I am, God is. And all is well.
Hi everyone, I'm Shamama Bean. I'm one of the head teachers at the Chicana Spiritual Center, and I am a Peruvian trained full mesa carrier, which means I'm a shaman. I like to refer to myself as a singer, card slinger, and digital shaman, and I'm very thrilled and excited to be able to share with you what I have learned along my own journey. I want to give a shout out and a huge thank you to Scott and Becky for giving me the opportunity to speak about sanctuary from a shamanic perspective. So without further ado, we're going to get started. I want to start with a couple of song lyrics first about this idea of being sheltered. This first one. Ooh, a storm is threatening my very life today. If I don't get some shelter, oh yeah, I'm going to fade away. That's from Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones. 15 years later, I believe it was 1984, Bruce Springsteen recorded a song with that same kind of sentiment. The times are tough now, just getting tougher. This old world is rough now, just getting rougher. Cover me. And that's the name of this song, Cover Me by Bruce Springsteen. One of the most famous recent quotes came from Victor Hugo's novel, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, when Quasimodo yells out, "Sanctuary!" as he's carrying Esmeralda up the steps of the cathedral. Why would anybody call sanctuary? Well, it's in our human nature to avoid suffering. Okay? I remember as a child that sanctuary, or the concept of it, of getting some form of relief from suffering, was built into some of the games we played. I remember there was this big old crabapple tree in the middle of our neighborhood when I was growing up. And when we would play tag as children, that tree was our sanctuary. If we got tired and worn out from running around and we wanted to take a break, we would make it to that tree and lay a hand on that tree and call out sanctuary. And what that meant is that nobody could tag you out as long as one of your body parts was touching that tree. In fact, it was such a sacred idea of sanctuary that if you violated that, nobody would call on your house to come check on you, ask you out to play, and if you asked to play tag, they would tell you no. And you'd be blacklisted in your own neighborhood from playing with the kids because you violated that rule of sanctuary. One of the games that we play also is Monopoly, and you have a get out of jail card free, and it's such a strong concept, this get out of jail free card, that we use it as a term even when we're not playing Monopoly. So this idea of sanctuary just isn't from modern times. It's actually a very ancient concept. It dates back to biblical cities of refuge as outlined in the Bible, Greek and Roman temples, to the point where the idea of sanctuary was written into laws back in Greek and Roman times, to even medieval churches. There have been places where people could seek asylum when life became unmanageable due to war, due to crime, any kind of suffering in one's original place of dwelling. One could find a sanctuary someplace else and get kind of a do-over. So, in thinking about this word sanctuary, let's break it down. A little word etymology here. What does the word sanctuary actually mean? Well, the origin of the word sanctuary is Latin, sanctuarium. Sanctus, the prefix, first part of that word, means holy. And terium is place. So, literally, sanctuary or sanctuarium means holy place. And for us humans, holy places are about love and acceptance. They're not about suffering. They're about getting refuge from suffering. And that brings me back to our innate desire to avoid such things as suffering. Okay? So, from a shamanic perspective, human suffering is caused by us not being in Aini. Aini is a word you've probably not heard before. It is a Quechua term that loosely translates into harmony in the English language. But it's so much more than that, though. Aini speaks to being in right relationship. Right relationship with ourselves, with other people, animals, plants, minerals, rocks, bees, trees, our environment, and in fact, Pachamama, which is also a Quechua word for Mother Earth, and all her inhabitants are opportunities for us to be in Aini, or right relationship with. And this concept of Aini is very important because, first of all, we don't always have control of our environment, right? We humans, as a collective, have learned over the past couple of years how little control we have over the situations that are occurring globally. And some of it yields frustration, a desire for relief. We get discouraged. We want to look outside of ourselves for something that brings us comfort, something that gives us shelter, something to cover us, because everywhere we turn, it looks like this idea, this concept of sanctuary is becoming less and less available. Especially here in the West, we've been programmed to believe that that we're inherently lacking. Okay, and that we will always need something outside of ourselves because we're not enough. Okay, economies are based upon this notion that you and I are not enough. So if you have this car, maybe you'll be considered enough. If you're popular with a certain group of people, and here are the things that you need to purchase in order for you to be popular with this group of people, all right? Consumerism. The backbone of consumerism is convincing us that we are not enough. This is fear-based thinking. This is fear-based thinking. Why? Because it diminishes us and we forget what our superpower is. And our superpower is love. Yeah. Divine love. One of divine love's superpowers is to make what it touches sacred. So, for example, every major religion and every society has something very similar to that golden rule. To love your neighbor as yourself. Well, all your life, you've had a very close neighbor, and that close neighbor is you, yourself. Okay? And sometimes in our quest for belonging, we focus so much externally on other people and loving them, or what appears to be love. It's actually very conditional because you're giving it in order to be accepted into a group instead of radiating it because you are it. And that's fear-based thinking. Okay? One of divine love's superpowers is when it touches something, it makes that something sacred. Sanctuary means holy place, and the word Aini means right relationship. So with those two words, I'm going to introduce a concept. Wouldn't it make sense to cultivate a holy space within ourselves? To be in Aini, to be in right relationship with ourselves? To be able to drop into that secret person of the heart and find sanctuary? How do we do that? Is that even possible? Yes, because the other superpower of divine love is all things are possible. And with the divine and with divine love, all things are possible. One of the reasons, too, that we're prone to looking outside of ourselves for sanctuary and right relationship is because we really, truly want to connect on a soul level to divine love. Divine love is source, and we all come from source, right? Okay, so we all contain that spark of divine love. And because of each one of us carrying that spark of divine love, the middle of a prairie, a bathtub, or a hospital bed can hold as much sacredness and beauty as the Sistine Chapel or any other man-made shrine. The truth is when we are in right relationship with our environment, every place can become a sanctuary. But we cannot access that power if we are in constant disbelief of our own inner sacredness that dwells in the sanctuary of our heart. So how do we create this? It all starts with intent. And in order for us to create inner sanctuary, we can ask ourselves the following questions. What can I release? How can I be fearless? What sweetness do I have in my life? How can I get a different perspective? And these questions and these types of questions can be addressed by taking it to the medicine wheel, the Peruvian shaman's tool of the medicine wheel. And this medicine wheel consists of 4 archetypes / energies that can provide medicine when we need the answer that's truthful for us. And by truthful, what I mean is not what your mom says, your dad says, society says, your boss, or any of those external voices that are telling you how you need to be. This is truth that comes from the heart. And you'll know it because you'll feel a deep, resounding yes that comes from within your soul. So these 4 archetypes, I'd like to introduce them to you. They correspond with the 4 directions. All right. And in the south, we have serpent energy. And serpent energy deals with releasing. We have in the west, Mother Jaguar, Odorongo, a fearless tracker. We have Hummingbird in the north, which corresponds with sweetness of life, ancestors. And then we have Eagle Condor, which teaches us about God perspective, our highest self perspective. And those 4 questions that we asked earlier can be taken through the medicine wheel. So for example, I have the desire to create inner sanctuary. So I would go to the south and I would start with serpent and I would ask that question. What can I release? What blockages, what thoughts am I having that are blocking me from seeing my own divinity? Okay? And that's a deep question. Sit with that for a bit. Then you move on to the west with Mother Jaguar and ask the question, well, how can I be fearless about letting go of thoughts and behaviors that are blocking me from my own divinity? See, there's a payoff that happens from listening to outside voices and conforming to those outside voices. There might be some real benefits, perceived benefits, of hanging on to those old stories. Are we going to be fearless and see if there's another way for us to be in giving up those stories? Jaguar helps with that. That energy helps with that. It helps us track down what those stories are, track down those ways that those stories show up and sabotage us from living an authentic life, and also bolsters this idea of fearlessness so that we can let those stories fall by the wayside. Okay? And then that moves us to Hummingbird, the North. What kind of sweetness is available to me once I move past this fear? This is about the opening up of possibilities. Okay? This is about consorting with your ancestors, and that's a whole nother topic in itself, about ways to enhance our way of being so that our life flows and we're engaged in the sweetness of life versus being drawn to things that are not for us. Okay, I remember a while back posting on Facebook about hummingbirds and how people were leaving things that were not hummingbird food in hummingbird feeders. You know, things that we think are good for them, like soda, sugary syrups, colored water, all these kinds of things that were in effect causing the hummingbirds to end up with fungal infections in their little lungs, okay, and killing them. And so they were eating things, they were partaking of things that were slowly killing them because these were counterfeit sweetnesses of life. So, in the North, when you consort with your ancestors, and I'm just going to give you this little tidbit right here, those that love you unconditionally are more than willing to connect with you and assist you in finding out what your true sweetness of life is and help you identify the things that are not for you. Okay? So then we go to the East, and that's Eagle Condor. And the question that we would ask there is, now, can I look at my life, this situation, through the eyes of love? Now that my eyes of love, that I've tapped into that divine spark within, has been awakened, how can I look at my situation from a higher perspective? How can I call in a higher divine love and let that inform how I move through the rest of my life? So after taking this idea of inner sanctuary through the medicine wheel, meditate on it until it begins to take root. Okay? This isn't just about repeating an affirmation. You can't just sit there and go, I desire inner sanctuary, and leave it at that. Okay? Because what is that going to do? It's words, and yes, words have power, but let's supercharge those words with thought, with feeling, with emotion. Because remember, you've got a lot of subconscious mixtapes to get out of your head that's preventing you from understanding that you contain your own sanctuary, right? So think about really engaging in meditation with that thought of sanctuary. What is it like in your inner sanctuary? How does it feel? Does it straighten your spine? Does it allow you to look at things with a clear vision? Does it cause you to breathe deeper? Does it cause compassion to well up within your heart for yourself and for other people? Before you know it, after doing this practice of moving this thought of inner sanctuary through the medicine wheel and meditating on it and really catching hold of how it feels in your body to have an inner sanctuary, you will have created a place of inner harmony, an inner space of love, peace, and harmony that you can have access and a right relationship with yourselves. Okay? that you can run to internally no matter what is going on in your external world. You have the power to be and create inner sanctuary. And when we're in right relationship with ourselves, after cultivating inner sanctuary, this notion will spill into other areas of your life as well. And that feels really, really good. And you can shelter in place from a very good space. So, thank you so much. Aho. And I hope to speak to you guys soon about another topic and a shaman's perspective. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Amazing as build. It's such a wonderful joy to have you back on the team again.
Yes.
Daniel, thank you once again for always coming with your heart and in a really personal manner. It's always a joy to see your face. Philip Lupo, the man behind the curtain. Thanks for all you do, Philip. If you have audio-visual needs out there in the world, whether in person or virtual, please see Philip. He will take care of all of your needs. Anything that you might need anywhere in the world, he will take care of it. All right. Following the morning service from 11:45 to precisely 12:15. Exactly 12:15. We will be doing a deep dive. This will give us a chance to visit, hang out, ask questions. Don't know if Jerry's going to be there yet.
I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't come.
Okay.
She comes to the deep dive sometimes anyway, so yeah. So she might.
So we'll see you there if you are available for that. That's the half an hour after church before you go to lunch kind of thing. And then again, a second service at 5:45, and we can visit on the
Chat window.
on the chat window in the feed for that one. There is no after show for that one though.
No.
If you want to continue to get Facebook notifications, just reminding you, join the pod page or the pod group, and we promise to let you in. And that's again a one touch and you're here. Next week we have Dean Martineau, Judy Barant, and Keith Leon will be doing our service for us again on Sanctuary. That's all I know about.
Okay, we want to take a minute and say thank you to all of the people that have been donating. We've got several people that have set up regular tithes, and you can't imagine how helpful that is. And we really appreciate that. So even if you want to just make a one-time donation and set up a regular love offering, however you want to play, go to www.peopleofdiversity.org and push that donate button. So we want to take a minute, take a breath. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for all the love, all the abundance, all the education, all the perspectives that this effort has been bringing us. We know that we are rippling out into the world way beyond what we can even imagine. We already know there's a lot, but even further than that. And we are so grateful. And we say, Amen.
Amen.
All right, don't click off. We've got our energetic healing circle. Bring to your mind anyone, any situation that needs some love, needs a little bit of extra care. Bring that to your mind's eye right now, and we're going to sit and listen to this last song and send our energy out amongst each other. We're all connected. Send it around the circle, send it into the middle, and open yourself up and receive. And we thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you at the deep dive or in the evening service, if you're watching the morning service, at the evening service, or next week. And thank you. Have a good week.
Have a groovy week. Bye now.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power of